You sure?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I could probably find pictures.
Worn it to a crunchy event or something.
No, I might have. Well, it's just a shirt. So I might have worn it like on a Zoom call.
Okay. Because I know I've never seen it. It's very attractive.
So it's yours. Where'd you get that shirt anyways, babe?
Well, it's like when you walk into the house and you smell something and you think, what is that smell? It should be like dinner. And I'll be like, oh, good.
Yum.
It smells delicious.
Was that what you were saying about my shirt then?
No, not at all.
I think you were.
I don't.
Now, yes, you're spinning it all around.
God. Get ready for another exciting episode. Here we are, living well together.
Big life in a small town.
That's us.
That's us.
Today we're going to talk about some fun things because everybody thinks, and this is funny, Dolores, please don't laugh. Everybody thinks we're perfect. You guys got the perfect life. You got the perfect situation. You seem to be so happy all the time. You have no idea.
What do you mean by that, babe? The happy part, the perfect part? What are you talking about?
Well,
no, I think that people think that we choose, like we never eat things that are bad for us, or we never use products that are toxic.
It's always so fun when people see me like at Kroger or at the grocery, and they'll engage me in conversation, but their eyes drift down into what's in my cart. Like,
they don't mean
are those
to.
Hershey's chocolate chips?
You don't buy Hershey's chocolate chips, do you?
Only if you're baking something, if that's on the list.
Yeah.
But I was getting stuff back when Grace was baking all those things.
Oh my gosh, I know. Oh my gosh, she would bake so many delicious things.
But I got busted at the grocery. This is before she could even drive.
Yeah, right.
So I was doing her shopping. She was elsewhere, but yeah, the list was all baking, items.
Yep.
So flour and sugar and salt,
butter,
and chocolate and butter. And it was all organic.
Right.
Anytime we can get organic, we're going to get organic products as best we can. But yeah, I bumped into somebody at the store and they're looking in my cart like, what in the world is going on at your house? Practicing what you preach.
I know. Yeah.
So it's not about being perfect. That's kind of the topic today is about our lack of perfection.
And there are things that are just like non-negotiables for me.
Okay.
I will always use bleach.
You don't always use bleach. We always have bleach for use.
I will always have bleach for use.
Bleach has a purpose.
It does. And when I smell it, things feel cleaner to me. I will bleach whites every once in a while. I will bleach the white sink in the laundry room.
I got to tell you, from a prepper standpoint, bleach has a place in the world too. If you needed to purify water or clean water so it was fit for drinking, a ratio of like a capful to a gallon of water is enough to knock down any bacteria that might not be beneficial. Bleach is good for disinfectant of area if you need to disinfect an area. Right. So is it the best thing to use on a repeat basis? No, it is not. Do we use it on a regular basis? No, we do. But do we have it in our home? We do have it. We do.
And there are some of the alternatives that people use, like we use hypochlorous water.
Right.
And that's a wonderful cleanser too, and a disinfectant.
Right.
And a lot of people use vinegar. I happen to be one of those people that do not like the smell of it at all.
Right.
And so I don't use it a lot, but like to clean our ice maker, we have an Opal ice maker, and it can get moldy. Like if you don't clean it, then you are drinking moldy ice. And so you have to put 1 teaspoon of bleach into that unit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Run it through, just on the cleaning mode. So every month or so, you're supposed to do that. And I use the distilled water that we make now, and I haven't noticed it's so much better than when I was using regular water.
Well, our water comes from a well. So everybody thinks well water is better. And well water is just like any other kind of water. It's only as good as the source that it's coming from. Right. So is it coming from the earth? Yes. Is it coming from the ground? Yes. But does farm runoff go into the well? Does farm runoff go into, other chemistry, road chemistry and oil and all these things? So to be able to filter your water is a good idea regardless of its source.
Regardless of its source. And so we do have a whole house water purifier.
Sure.
And we also have...
But that's more about our perfection. Let's stick with the imperfections.
Okay, yes. So our bleach. And even though there are alternatives, I still like the fact that it will knock out mold better than vinegar or hypochlorous. And then it also keeps our whites white.
Peroxide is another good one.
Yep, I do use peroxide.
Yeah, hydrogen peroxide is so smart to have in the house.
I love peroxide, actually. It's one of my favorite things. It's good for mouth cleaner.
Yep.
When I was struggling with one of my teeth, I would use the peroxide and swish with that a couple times a day, and it really kept
also good for wiping down counter surfaces. There's a lot of good uses for those.
And when Hawk had his lacrosse injury on his mouth, and his shirt was covered in blood, I soaked it in peroxide, and all of that came out. It is great for things like chocolate and mustard and blood and all those types of things. So yes, it's awesome for cleaning that out.
What else do we use that's not perfect?
Well, peroxide for stains. So instead of using laundry stain sticks or some of the sprays that have the fragrances or sodium lauryl sulfate, we try to stay away from that. So I use peroxide for stains and cornstarch or setting powder for grease stains. But there's times where even for laundry, it's like sometimes I'd like to have it smell a little bit better, And so there's a kind of...
I think there's room in the world, though, for a neutral laundry, something that doesn't have to have a smell at all.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Just don't stink.
Just be clean.
Yeah.
Just have it be clean. And that's why if you throw some peroxide or something right in your laundry,
right,
that works as well. So dish soap, we're pretty good for that. But I just recently bought Dawn Platinum.
Yeah. Why? I saw it in there, actually.
I know. It's so awful and it smells so bad. I can't even stand it. But I really want to clean our shower doors. And I have a recipe from Mom to clean that soap scum off.
Okay.
And then I also have a recipe for our glass oven doors. I really wanted to clean them before Thanksgiving this year. And so I think it's a baking soda peroxide and then this Dawn Platinum.
Okay.
Is your eye bothering you?
It's a little itchy. I'm good now, thanks.
Get a good rub in.
Yeah, every now and again you need a good rub in.
So using that, I know it is toxic.
It's awful.
It's awful, and
grease,
you can almost
like a greasy pan
smell. I know, but it's so magical.
Anything that'll knock the garbage out of the bottom of a caked on greasy pan can't be good for human consumption.
Cannot be. But literally, we did this when I first got it. We sprayed a little bit in the bottom of a baking pan, left it overnight, and
then washed it into our water supply.
Junk just wiped right out, and it was clean. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so magical.
Oh, it's magical.
That's not a trade-off
toxic.
that I'm.
Next, what else do we do that's not great?
I do have plastic bags,
like Ziploc
bags. Yeah. I don't use them for food.
Okay.
We are really good about using glass containers for all of our, anything that we're
going to reheat or reeat.
Yeah. But I do, and Whole Foods does. I know that there's some green bags that you can get they're compostable, and that they're supposed to be safe.
I love a Ziploc.
I know. Yeah, you can throw stuff in there. I use brown paper bags, when Honey comes over and I want to send her home with some little animal crackers or something. I love those little brown bags to just throw them in there instead of a Ziploc bag. But we do have them. That's something that from a convenience standpoint, I like to throw. A couple episodes ago, we were talking about traveling. And so when I travel and I have liquids that I'm throwing in my suitcase, I want to know they're in a Ziploc bag for my oils or whatever I'm traveling, all my crunchy things, my golden light. If it spills out, I want it to be self-contained. I don't want it to get all over everything. So we use it for that kind of stuff. But I know that it's not good for the environment. I know that if you're putting food in there, it's not good. But we do have those. I also get my hair colored. And
what?
I know. You're so surprised, aren't you?
So do I.
But
white. I am shocked.
I use Oway, Brenda Smith, who we had on the
which looks
episode.
like zero. W-A-Y. O-W-A-Y.
W-A-Y,
okay.
Yes. It's Organic Way is what it stands for. Yeah. And so it's a much safer. It's made in Italy. They grow all of their ingredients in Italy from the for the botanicals that are in it. So it's a little bit safer, but it's still, I would not call it 100% toxin-free. There's still got to be a little bit of ammonia in there to make the color change. And I could be wrong, Brenda. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But that was my understanding. But it's something that I will do until my eyebrows aren't naturally dark. I feel like that's how I'll know when it's time to let my hair go gray, when my eyebrows are gray.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere near that, but okay.
Thank you. No name calling, babe.
No. There was a whole nother thought process.
Okay,
there.
perfect. And the other thing is nail polish. Even the Dazzle Dry, the safer stuff that I was doing at home, it's better, but it's not great. They have something called 3 free, 7 free. I think there's an 11 free, and they're better, but they're still solvents.
But a girl got to have a nail. You know what I mean?
I love having my nails done.
Well, they always look so pretty.
Thank you. Are they better now that they're a little bit shorter? I haven't. Yeah. I have new nail people and they're wonderful. Yeah. So yes, those are some of the things. What are some of the things that you use?
I am pretty well perfect. There's
your favorite soap is Crunchy Body Bar, and that is.
I'm not perfect, by the way. That was called sarcasm.
But
I do. I mean, I can't think of anything that I use that is
cigars,
other than the things that you've. Oh. I do like the occasional cigar.
Yeah, and it's not usually organic. Is there such a thing as organic cigars?
I'll do a little homework on that.
Yeah, I think it would be. Even when I think about.
But remember the time you muscle tested me for cigars?
But I think it was the nicotine.
Well,
this is what I'm thinking because Lorraine
you didn't muscle test me for nicotine. You muscle tested me for the cigar I had in my hand.
Nicotine in the cigar. Okay. Because Lorraine was reminding me that I muscle tested my dad for his Lucky Strikes, and he was strong for those too.
There you go.
And we were talking about that because we were talking about the nicotine patches and how nicotine can be very beneficial for your health.
Okay.
And so it's like, okay, well, that makes sense then. Maybe it was the nicotine.
It could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because, the additives and the tar and the toxins are not going to be good for you.
No, smoking is never beneficial.
No, it's
but nicotine has some merit. Yes. It's just the question of which outweighs the other. And
so if we got organic tobacco and rolled our own cigarettes, would that work?
Why would we do that?
They have no organic. They have there's one brand that makes one organic cigar.
I'll be darned.
What is it?
Where's it coming from?
Reserva Original.
Where is the tobacco grown? Does it say?
Or where does it come from?
Is it going to be Nicaragua or somewhere in South America? Colombia?
How interesting.
We'll do a little homework.
Yeah, we'll do a homework on that because that's what I was thinking. It's, I don't know. Oh yeah, Graham's going to add it to his garden. I'm going to add it to my garden. Tobacco, grow our own. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you're right though, because so would you have to smoke tobacco to get the nicotine?
No.
So what I've heard was that you cannot turn it into a tincture.
Okay.
It is super dangerous to do that.
Then I won't.
And then you won't. So it does make me wonder.
So. Well, that would just be adding alcohol to it. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh. So
no, I won't.
Okay. All right.
You chew it.
Oh, chew it. Yeah. That's a thing. Yeah. I know. Yeah. You could start doing that in the office.
If I had oh my gosh.
Don't worry.
So here's
Don't
a true
worry,
story.
you guys.
I used to chew a lot of tobacco. back in the day. And we started chewing tobacco in the 9th grade. I think it was the summer between 8th and 9th grade.
As old as Hawk is, can you imagine if he was doing that?
Yes.
He's not going to do that.
I doubt it.
He wouldn't. No.
But yeah, that's what all the major leaguers did. We played baseball, and that's what all the big leaguers did was chew tobacco.
Yeah.
And so, my my dad was trying to stop smoking, and there was a can of what was called Happy Days. I don't even know if they make it anymore. It was kind of like the Skoal or Copenhagen, but it was called Happy Days, and it was mint flavored. And I remember thinking, well, gosh, if my dad can do this, it must be okay. So I started kind of thinking that'd be okay.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It was kind of gross. You had to get used to it, but that's what the big guys did. You'd have a chew. And then we graduated from, snuff-based or, a pinch between your cheek and gum to loose leaf tobacco with beech nut and Red Man and Levi Garrett. And so, we used to chew tobacco a lot, like in junior high and high school. And then by the time I was at Ohio State or in undergraduate school, it was only just Skoal. Just, because you didn't have to spit, right? After a while, you kind of didn't spit. And then I met, you. And
but you didn't stop when you met me.
No. Frankly, I only stopped. It's probably only been about 3 or 4 years ago now.
I know.
But no, it was pre-COVID. I haven't, so it was at least 5 years ago since I've had any of that.
I found it in his golf bag and I knew he was still doing it. He was caught. Because he had told me that he had stopped.
Wow. That's just the occasional round of golf thing.
No, I found, my understanding is, I think you told me that you had it in 3 different places. That was just the golf bag. I know. I'm like, and so, So it's been a minute. My point is, it's been a minute. Well, and for me, I mean, if we're true confessions, I hid Diet Coke in the dishwasher that we didn't use. So we all have our addictions.
People don't realize how addictive aspartame is to the brain.
Probably more than...
Super addictive. Than nicotine. I found, in the dishwasher.
You didn't find it. I confessed. You did not find it. You never found it.
That's true. I didn't fiddle with the dishwasher back then.
No, we did never use the dishwasher. It was one of those...
That's how she knew she could hide it there.
Right. We did.
I wouldn't find it.
It was one of those dishwashers that wasn't hooked up all the time. You had to move it to the sink. So we just used it for storage.
Right.
That's where I would hide my Diet Coke. And it was I was very, very addicted to it.
Secrets and imperfections.
Yeah. But when I realized, once I did a deep dive and I realized how awful it was. And it really does. Anybody that's on aspartame, if you want some literature or some research papers about the neurotoxicity and what it causes as far as dementia, in early onset dementia, we're not talking about you have to be 80 before dementia comes along. We're talking about 30s and 40s that it's happening. Yeah. So earlier and earlier. And so aspartame can be found in a lot of places, not just Diet Coke.
Sure.
But checking your labels.
Well, this has been most informative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. I mean, so what else? What else?
That's it for me. That's my
those are your
confessions.
Those are your only confessions. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's all I got.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough.
But let's look in your medicine chest.
That's what I was going to say. Over the counter medications.
Because every house has a medicine chest. Here's a weird thing. Try to buy a house that doesn't have a chest that's specifically designed for drugs, which I think is hilarious. We tell our kids don't take drugs, and then we buy drugs.
Or what do you mean that everybody has a medicine?
Show me a house that doesn't have a medicine cabinet.
Oh, in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Would you just call it a toiletry?
No. No.
They call it a medicine cabinet?
It's a medicine cabinet.
Oh, interesting.
Look it up.
Yeah. Why would? They keep their medicine in their bathroom?
That's what it's for.
Oh.
Look it up.
Oh, it's all right.
Ask your AI person. Hey, does every house have a medicine chest or a medicine cabinet?
Chest?
Yeah. Check it. Look it. Okay. Where are you living? This is America.
Does every house have a medicine chest?
Chest makes it sound bigger.
I know. It makes it sound like a treasure chest.
Well, how about cabinet? You could say cabinet. It's always behind the mirror. Everyone's got
Not
it.
every house has a literal medicine chest.
Right.
Like the small cabinet you often see in a bathroom.
Thank you. Often
But
see in a
most
bathroom.
households do keep some form of basic medical supplies.
Okay.
Traditionally, a medicine chest referred to a wall-mounted cabinet in the bathroom that held first aid items, prescription medicines, and personal care products.
Thank you. How did you not know that?
Well, I guess I probably did know it. So we have different areas of our house where, like when we redid the kitchen, we created a wellness center. And so we have drawers with our supplements.
Right.
And we actually do have a first aid drawer.
Right.
We also have something called a Jace case, which has a bunch of emergency medicine type things.
Also true.
Steroids. There's
Anti-inflammatories.
There's also
antibacterials.
right. Yeah, antiviral things. So
A complete case full of, hey, what would happen if? Yeah.
it's really nice. If you guys want more information on that too, it's awesome to have in this day and age. I feel like having your own first aid kit that includes medications is smart. We don't know if we won't be able to get those things. And in some cases, it's important to have it on hand.
Sure.
Sometimes it's in the middle of the night or something.
A level of preparedness.
A level of preparedness. But there are, so Advil and Tylenol and some of the generic style medications that everybody thinks of as just having
And most
no
people eat
real
them like
effect.
candy, and they think that, yes, I can take 7 of these. If 2 is good, 7 is better.
Right.
That's kind of the American mindset for things.
But the effect that it has on the kidneys
Oh my
and the
gosh,
liver
it's devastating.
specifically, it's devastating.
I think it's 16,000 people a year die from aspirin use. And you can just pull it right off the shelf.
Is it aspirin use?
Yeah.
Is it because of it eating through their stomach?
It creates bleeding. Yeah. Creates GI bleeds.
Right.
But
I
the
heard that
downside about a
Tylenol
GI
does.
bleed is
I
that you
heard
don't
that
know.
Advil too.
Tylenol, they know, is the leading cause of liver failure, I believe, because it's the number 1 hospital recommended, blah, blah, blah.
They're also tying it to autism.
Is
So
that right?
for moms that take it during their pregnancies, their baby is more likely, they're kind of like set up for
Interesting.
autism. And then there might be additional triggers once the baby's born, like vaccinations and things like that really take it over the,
Right.
yeah, the trigger is activated.
Right. What else don't we do well? What else don't we?
Well, I want to go back to the OTC medications because Genexa is a dye-free, non-artificial sweetener medication for pain that is less, like if you're going to have to take it, that is a better variety to take. I actually have a guide called the Ultimate Over-the-Counter Pain Reliever Guide. And it has like white willow as an alternative because that's what we'll use normally. Aspirin powder.
What will those be where aspirin came from, actually?
Exactly, because of salicylic acid. That was the precursor to what we know as aspirin today.
Right.
There's better forms of aspirin powder. I have a link for that. It doesn't have coloring in it. Baby aspirin has coloring in it and flavor and artificial sweetener. And then, so aspirin powder, you can actually take it and mix it in water. And when you drink that, it's already dissolved, so it's not going to sit in your stomach and create those gastric issues. DMSO is a pain reliever that has been hush-hushed from the FDA. And then some other information about it. So if you guys are interested in that, and also some children's formulas of that. It's not in my Substack. This is something that I'll put the link in the show notes for this as well.
Okay.
And they can grab it on there.
In the Jace case, I would add that.
In the Jace case, that really is. It gives me that peace of mind.
It's like having a fire extinguisher. You really hope you never need it, but it's smart to have it.
Exactly. And I think I was able to get like 12 or 14 different medications in there. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
None of which have we used, and we just hope we never need to.
10% off link for that too. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's pretty good.
Cool.
So yeah, and then plastic supplement bottles. I mean, we're hearing more and more about how our bodies are just not able to process the plastics.
Everybody's loaded with microplastics.
We're loaded with it, which has created more toxicity, less chance of detoxification, more challenges with brain function.
It's getting hard to stay alive.
It's getting harder to stay alive. So, I was really bummed when Standard Process went away from glass bottles. That was one of the things that I loved about them. They do still retain glass for things that they feel like will be impacted if they go to plastic. So not all of them are plastic.
And it's all, even though it's plastic, it's also brown or darkish to deter sun degradation.
Exactly. And that's important. And I know that they say it's BPA free, but my thought is it's just
glass is also BPA free. It's just there's a significant cost differential in production.
For sure. And even just shipping. So I know that from a standpoint, I know that even Crunchy is constantly looking at ways to leave less of a footprint because of shipping costs and what that does as far as, the environment. But there's a lot of innovative packaging these days too, even if it's not glass, which is so heavy and harder to ship. There are innovative ones, but Symbiotica is awesome. They still use glass. And Truvani is the same way too. So we are particular about that. We know that the plastic can impact whatever's on the inside of it.
Sure.
So, and that comes to our food things, when canned goods, a lot of them are lined with a liner, and it's made of plastic. So
actually, I saw a thing, and if you see this on the internet, it must be true. All aluminum cans are made of plastic, are lined with plastic.
Right.
Like you can, with a certain solution, you can completely decompose the aluminum, but the plastic is still there.
Well, did they do that for a soda pop too?
Yeah.
I think that's
beer, anything that comes in an aluminum can.
So we've always been concerned about the aluminum.
Canned vegetables.
Exactly. And so we do have some canned vegetables, but I try so hard to buy our tomato paste.
Right.
Well, not just fresh, but like you can get canned goods in glass containers.
Yes.
So the tomato paste brand that I use, because tomatoes are so acidic. And this is one of the reasons why, Graham, I'm so excited that you're going to be canning tomato sauce and salsa and stuff, because they're going to be in jars. For the tomato puree that I get, it's in glass. The tomato paste is in glass. But anything, I'm particular about that too.
Sure.
But you can't really get away from it all the time. And so frozen is also probably better, but it's in plastic bags too.
Right.
It's hard to get away.
That's the whole good, better, best conversation that we've had our whole life.
Yeah.
You do the very best you can. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's better, and sometimes it's best. Sometimes it just sucks. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
Exactly. I meant to say too, as far as the conventional Band-Aids in our first aid kit, we do have
adhesives. Some people don't get along well with adhesives.
Right. And even with the ones that are bamboo, sometimes it's not the fact that they're bamboo versus plastic, it's what they use for the adhesive that people are sensitive to.
Glues and such.
Yeah. And then, so takeout containers are another thing. They're usually styrofoam or plastic in some way.
But those paper ones, the compressed paper or the recycled compressed paper.
But then with those though, they're always wet on the bottom. So
nobody likes a wet bottom.
No, they're kind of gross. I do always have the intention of, when we go home, I'm going to transfer it to glass, and it sometimes happens, but not always. Yeah,
but if you put in glass and you seal it, how do you expect it to get all moldy really fast?
So the other thing is nonstick pans. We use Caraway. I mostly cook with stainless steel pans.
Mostly stainless.
But we do have Caraway, which is enamel, and supposedly it's better. I will never be here to say that there's no lead in it or that it's not toxic in some other way, because I feel like that is it's a very slippery slope there, because it seems like people that have said that they are, then you find out a year later that they're not. So I make no claim. No claim at all.
Right.
Stainless steel is the way to go, as far as I'm concerned, or glass if you want to cook. Cast iron is good, but it can be pretty high in lead. So if you're dealing with any kind of, or it's really high in iron, but it can also have lead issues. And if you have too much iron, then it throws off your copper and your zinc. So I know that a lot of people like to cook in their iron. That I totally understand that, and keep doing it unless you have any trouble with blood work, and then can revisit it. But anyways, I do. So our cookware is good. but I am less conscientious about my baking ware. I have a lot of glass baking ware.
Okay.
But I do have non-stick coated like baking pans, muffins.
Oh, Lisa.
I know. Sorry. But as soon as it gets a scratch, I throw it away.
Yeah, once that's penetrated with a
it's
scratch.
right. So as long as they look okay and we use better things to cut with it or take it out.
If you're baking, you usually use a paper liner, whether it's
muffins for sure. But, I think about the brownies that I make. Sometimes I do put them in the glass. I have a smaller glass container, put it in there. But sometimes I don't.
To be fair, we don't, it's not like you do that every day anyway.
I know.
We don't have brownies every day.
No.
Brownies on occasion.
Yeah. But still,
it's part of that 80-20 rule.
It is. But I just, So now I've purged my heart and my imperfections.
Do you feel better?
I feel better.
I feel like there should be a little screen in between us, like a little confessional thing.
No. And, and let's see. I think that's really all that I was thinking of.
Okay.
As far as that goes. And then, but if you have any questions, if you're using something and you have a question, please drop it in the comments. I'm happy to respond. And I have a safe swap list that I'm happy to send out as well. It's helpful. And then also we have an Amazon storefront. And so I call it our safe swap
Everything we've tested
shop.
and tried and are happy about can be found there.
Yes, exactly. There are trusted recommendations, things that we use ourselves and recommend to our patients and clients.
Yep.
Yeah. So
that was easy.
It was easy.
Don't you feel better? Don't you feel like
so
you've
much
purged
better?
Your soul?
I just want people to know that you can live a good life even if it's not perfect as far as when it comes to toxin-free or
just about
the
doing
choices
better.
that we
One
make.
little decision at a time.
One little decision at a time.
Super cool.
Yeah. So if you like what you see here or see or hear, period, please like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you later, friends. Bye.
Bye.
What
are you doing here? What is this?
Oh, I didn't mean to leave that here. This is what.
It's like a shock collar.
This is not this is not a fan. This is actually it's to tune my neck.
Vagus nerve stimulator.
Yeah, vagus nerve stimulator. So it heats up and it's also vibrating.
So it's like a tuning fork.
It is like a tuning fork.